Hey, Kevin here. Just wanted to share about a conversation I was having with a client this morning. And she was talking to me about how a few years ago she was at a seminar speaking along with a bunch of other presenters and speakers. And during, I don't know whether it was before or after her presentation, she was in the back room, in the green room, and talking with some of the other presenters who were talking about how they were bragging on how they could get the most money for essentially their biggest box of crap that they sold, and how they were chuckling about it and making comments about how if people are that gullible, then they deserve to be taken advantage of, and she was just telling me about that experience. And as she shared it with me, I just kind of was taking this all in, and I've been around people like that who felt that way, who kind of it was all about the money for them, and that was the number one thing, is how much money can I make. I mean, I've even had gosh, not recently, but in years gone by, where I find myself in conversations where people are motivated mostly by the money. And that never sits well with me. And I was explaining to this gal this morning that, you know what? Yeah, I totally get that. There are people out there like that. I mean, I teach this whole thing about giving and receiving, and those of us who are givers at the core of who we are, there are also people who are takers at the core of who they are. And typically, if we're a giver, we'll tend to get taken advantage of by people who are takers and who don't understand the value in giving. But when it comes to business, when it comes to entrepreneurship, and you understand that the more value you provide, the more revenue you create, the more wealth you create. And when you become known for doing that, life gets pretty doggone easy. And when you start traveling in circles where people know you for being a giver, for being generous, for truly having a what Dan Sullivan would call unique ability, or your magic, or my friend Robert calls your stupid human trick. When you have that thing that you do, that you provide value to the people in your life that you serve, through your business, what have you, and you become known for that, and people, know you well enough, and know your business well enough, and know of your integrity, and know of your gift, your unique ability, all of that kind of stuff. And they also know how they can be helpful to you and how you can be helpful to them. To kind of snag a line from my good friend Perry Marshall, which is so true. And see, so when you run into other people who are not like-minded, it's okay. I don't judge them. I don't fault them. I don't, do any of that kind of stuff. Just let them be who they are and go on their path, and let us be who we are and go on our path. And I'll tell you, when you start attracting like-minded people to you, like I said, who know how you can be of service to them, who they know how they can be of service and help you, life in business gets really, really easy. So that's it for today. Hope this gave you some good insight, and we'll be back later. Bye for now.